The AllMadeUp podcast is brought to you by airdrop.ai, the tool that allows you to generate passive income through using airdrops.
Airdrops?
No, airdrops.
But what are airdrops, Harry?
Airdrops are free incentives from cryptocurrencies which reward you for using and interacting with their application.
Right, so you're telling me I can set up a new revenue stream today?
Exactly that. If you go to airdrop.ai and sign up to the whitelist, you'll get invited to the private beta.
Well, I better go and do that.
And so should you at airdrop.ai. Sign up, make some money.
Do you know where Lewis is?
Yeah, he's probably signing up. At airdrop.ai.
It's all made up again.
Yeah.
It's all made up again. It's all made up again. It's all made up again.
Hello and welcome to the AllMadeUp podcast with me, Milton Keynes.
Me, Lewis Coleman.
And me, Ben Hart.
The show where each week a guest joins us in the writer's room to create a story like you and we have never heard before.
Not quite knowing what's around the corner or what we'll find along the way, as this podcast is exactly what it says on the tin.
It's all made up.
It's another good one.
Yeah.
It's another good intro.
Yeah.
But, Ben, it's got to the point now where you've probably done 5 in a row. It's all made up. No variation.
Well, do you know, I keep the consistency. People want the consistency.
No,
as
they
well.
don't. They don't. They
My
want...
dream is to monetize this and make it a ringtone.
I've got an idea. I think for every country that we have listenerships in, you should say all made up in the language of that country. I think
Yeah.
that's a good shout.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, right. Yeah. For the next couple of weeks.
So,
Every week.
Okay, I started with English this week.
did you notice we had more downloads in Argentina?
Yeah.
What? Than England?
Yeah, we're massive in Buenos Aires. But yeah, the Argentinians, I don't know how you found us, but hola. Hola? They speak Spanish, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Spanish, yeah.
Yeah, hola.
Yeah, tengo buen día.
Look at that.
What's that?
That means have a nice day.
Oh, right, I thought that meant all made up.
Bien.
Yeah.
Oh, bueno.
Yeah.
Yeah, bueno.
Yeah.
Kinder.
I know a few swear words, but obviously keep it light.
Yeah, you got to keep it light.
Yeah,
You could be pumping this out into a preschool. Being like, children.
Yeah. It says one download, but we don't know how many people are
Yeah,
listening.
gather round. Gather round.
To town square.
That's what Acast doesn't tell you.
Yeah.
How many people are listening to this at once?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I want to know.
It's an arena.
We're in a arena. We could be in a bloody arena and they're
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
all made up.
I think we would know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
38 downloads a week, but 5 million listenership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can start saying that to sponsors.
That's it, yeah.
It could be like being pumped out over a Labour camp in like northern Russia. You know what I mean?
You're obsessed.
You love the gulag.
Yeah, lads building a railway line, and then they've got hello and welcome, and they're like, Yuri, this is great.
You love it.
Yeah.
If we ever do a tour, we're not going to Russia.
How much does a Kalashnikov cost?
Yeah. I bet you've looked.
If you was putting a price on a Kalashnikov, what you guessing?
In bulk.
After
No,
Or
just-
single unit.
Just a single
Are we
unit.
talking brand new or off the market?
I'm thinking
Not very
I reckon
market.
it's probably about 300 quid.
300 quid for a Kalashnikov, is it?
For a Kalashnikov, I reckon you pay, what, are you bulk buying for a military? I reckon, 300 quid per unit. You buy 10,000, it's 300 quid each.
Go on, what's your guess?
Oh, I reckon you're looking at probably like 1,500 quid.
Alexa, how much does a Kalashnikov cost?
The top result is King's Kalashnikov Sicilian, a dynamic black repertoire for club players, by Daniel King, a print version. It's £20.95.
£20.95.
That's a book.
But that's for a book and not a gun. Alexa,
A book
off.
book that's in the shape of a Kalashnikov.
Yeah, you'd love that.
If we've got listeners that know the answer to that, let us know. Comment in the videos and leave.
Comment in the videos. Not just this one, comment in all of them.
All of them, yeah, the exact same cost.
You know what?
Yeah.
What would be dead funny is if someone put a price in and then it's like, if we find it, we'll match it. And they're like price battling with each other.
I know, I'd love people to start arguing over a price. Actually, mate, you don't know what you're talking about. It's 200 quid here.
Yeah. Where'd you get your gun off? Gumtree.
Gumtree. Hey.
Hey.
Right.
Too
That was 4 minutes about Kalashnikovs that I didn't think we were going to talk about.
Yeah, but I think people...
That's called riffing, mate. It's riffing.
Yeah.
It's just like in
Yeah.
Edinburgh when we're doing it there. It'll be like, anyone know anything about Kalashnikovs?
I've actually had a thought today. I was like, I think before we go to Edinburgh, we should have a couple of practices of trying to get this done in an hour. with like someone in the studio.
Yeah.
I think genuinely we should, because
I think we get 5 or 6 people on the same day, and it's like training. You know, like doing rounds. So we have someone for an hour. The next guest is waiting outside, and then they come in.
Well, like seats.
Yeah,
like an interview.
Yeah. So there's guests outside waiting for their hour with us, and we're just getting sweaty, like with conversation, and it's getting like a little bit of a burp in here. You know what I mean? It's getting hot.
But we get them all to arrive at the same time.
Yeah,
we make them outside for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Like someone's there going, "Oh God, I came here. I'm gonna miss my I'm gonna miss my train."
But they're nervous as well.
Yeah,
Because they want to do a good job.
We'll release one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Russian roulette.
Yeah.
Back to the.
We're going to release one episode. We don't know which one it is yet. So
Yeah, even we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we're going to release one guest, and again, we don't know who it is yet.
Yeah. And we're going to kill one.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
But I do think it's important that we do that.
Could you kill a guest with a Kalashnikov?
Yeah, easy.
No.
I'd turn it on YouTube before I did them.
You know what I'd do is I wouldn't shoot you. I'd hit you with the butt of the gun first, straight into the teeth, smash a few.
Hey, do you know what's-
Hey,
this is
yeah,
funny,
that's
right?
a good segue.
So, yeah, right. So, for the listeners and viewers, on the weekend, the 3 of us, including a group of 9 of us, went whitewater rafting in North Wales, which Lewis organised as part of his girlfriend Clem's birthday party.
Clem,
and it was
producer
of the podcast.
Yeah. I know, give her the title.
Yeah.
Sorry, Clem, editor, chief executive of AllMadeUp, and co-founder of Get Giddier. There you go. I think that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So we went to, I can't remember the name of the place. It was just
Llangollen.
that's the one. Just outside. It's got too many L's in it for me.
Yeah. North Wales.
Yeah, North Wales. Yeah. Just outside of Wrexham, and we did whitewater rafting, but we obviously got split into 2 different boats.
Yeah.
Me and Ben were together,
Yeah.
and you were with Clem
Yeah.
and Zoe and all the rest of it. But yeah, we the point being about you saying going to knock my teeth out. Do you remember in the do you remember in the induction the guy was like about the T grip, and he was like
On
this
the
will
paddle,
cause-
for the listener,
For the listener, it's where you hold it, right? It's like it looks like
Hold
a
the
T.
oar.
Yeah. He was like paddle, I'd say. He was like, but you put your thumb underneath and you clutch your fingers around the top, and he goes, it's not coming off. That's not coming off, right? When you're on there, that's not coming off. He says, I don't want you holding it down by the pole. He goes, because I've seen accidents. I've seen this, like, someone trying to push the friend. It goes up of the buoyancy, hits him in the face, okay? Hands on top. Very important. Very important.
Yeah, like you're holding that cock.
And he was like, and you lean in, obviously, when you're going down.
Yeah.
So I'm sat with Ben, as we are here, right? And he goes, lean in, right? And as he leans in, I'm going to pretend that this mic stand is the paddle, okay? And the mic there is the T-grip. I lean in, I've got hold of my T-grip, right? And I look down, and Benny's holding his there, right? And we got fucking moving
For the
around
listener
a bit.
at the base. At
Yeah,
the
at
base.
the base, not on the fucking T-grip,
Yeah.
essentially. And I went, Ben, hold the T-grip, and he went, I am. Right? And I was like, you're fucking not, because I can see it. And I said, what I don't want us to do is come up and bust and, knock on my teeth out. Without looking at me, he went, if that happens, I'll buy you some new ones.
Yeah, that went, calm yourself. I went, calm yourself. Yeah. Yeah. And he calmed him instantly. He responds to that sort of sort of directness. Calm yourself. He was like, sorry, Ben. Yeah.
It was a good day, though, wasn't it?
Oh, it's brilliant.
For anybody who hasn't been whitewater rafting, recommend it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it was
so fun.
It was a company called Whitewater Active
Yeah.
in Llangollen, North Wales speak. But yeah, it was really good. We got like 2 hours on the water, downstream,
yeah.
few rapids.
I loved it. I think my favourite bit was when we all just jumped in the water and
Yeah.
floated. Oh, and I'll post a video. I actually pushed Harry in the water at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like looking over the side. He was asking for it. It was like a comedy show. He was like, "Oh, are there any fish in there?"
Yeah.
Like, looking over, I was like,
There was fish.
I was trying to help someone in. And I went, can you all be paddle? Because I was going to start pulling them in. And before I knew it, I was in the water.
Yeah. Did you find pulling people in a bit weird? Like, you pulled them in, you shut them into your crotch.
Yeah.
Harry was like, stay there. I was like, Harry, I'm trying to get out.
I grabbed all the sand to start with. I was like, come here.
Yeah. He was like, Ben, you get in the way again.
Yeah. It was, I found another funny thing on our boat was, right, obviously when they say get down, your ass has got to get on the floor
On the base of the
boat.
boat. Base of it's like a dinghy.
Yeah. And they shout that when it's getting like tasty going down the rapids, okay, and your oars have got to go up in the air so no one loses an eye. So he goes, this compartment has me, Sam, and Ben, right, sat in, and it's probably about the size of that table, okay.
So it's never going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get down. And Ben just fills the entire
That's panicked.
the bottom of the boat. And Sam is like sat on him, and I'm pretty much like on the side. He's like a beetle on his back.
I couldn't get up.
Couldn't get up.
I missed half the trip.
And then, the next time we were like coordinating like a triangle. It was like, right, you're going this corner, you're going this corner, and I'm going here. But so funny.
Yeah, no, Sam said to me at the start, because he was like, I didn't listen to something he said. And Sam, that's where his teacher came out. He went, you just can't follow instructions, can you?
Is that what Sam says? What's
So
you?
along them lines, yeah. And I was like, oh, you're so right. I feel like I was back to being 14 again. I was like, I'm so sorry, mister.
You didn't tell him to calm himself, did you?
No, he's bigger than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, much bigger than me.
Calm yourself.
Calm yourself.
What about the wetsuit? What I got given?
Oh,
But you two telling me, oh yeah, that's the right size.
it
That's
was
the right
size.
I could. I was comparing it to that scene in White Chicks.
Yeah.
When he puts on the women's clothing and he can't. That's what it felt like. That's how I looked.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's right. That you're supposed to look like that.
When I when I posted it, my mum said, "Is he the new Spider-Man?"
Yeah.
Which I
My favourite the line when you're going, it's not right that. It's not right that.
not right.
It's not. It weren't right.
How tight's that?
Yeah.
And it were tight. And then I got the new one. I was like, yeah, that's right. I can breathe. Am I allowed to breathe?
Yeah, you kind of told me off for playing around with the wrist bit of it, trying to get it over your hand.
Every time I'm trying to put the wrist bit on, it was that tight, and I'm just trying to like pull it down, and Harry's trying to do it at the same time. I'm like,
yeah.
get off!
Yeah.
I can do it, and you're though like fiddling with my wrist.
Well, trying to just help you out.
Sometimes you need to just get out the way.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
I was so pleased I was able to do it. You know.
Oh, you were
considering-
pretending you're faking injury at the start.
Oh
weren't you?
yeah, oh my! Listen to this, right?
Yeah.
So on the day of whitewater rafting, bearing in mind it's been booked for 6 weeks,
Yeah.
Harry, I get a phone call of Harry at morning. You're right. Yeah. You're right. Actually, it was like that. You're all right, Lewis. Seriously, I can't lift my shoulder. I can't lift it above. I can't lift my elbow above my shoulder.
Yeah, you're paddling, pal. You don't just lift your arm over your shoulder.
Anyway, it was to that effect. He was doing that accent, and
Yeah. Harry, don't talk like that.
yeah. So basically, day of it, he's like, oh yeah, I can't lift my shoulder. I can't lift my elbow above my shoulder. And I was like, yeah, but you can. And he was like, no, I can't. Look, like when someone's ill and
Yeah.
like they say they've got a cough, and when you're talking to them, they keep coughing. It's like, I've got a cough. It was like that, but with his arm.
Yeah.
Just constant.
I was cleaning my fridge and my back locked up.
Yeah. Yeah, so pathetic.
Yeah.
Grow up.
I've got a spotless fridge, but
Yeah.
I think curvature of the spine.
Oh, yes. Yeah, and he was like, it changed arms. He was like, oh, yeah, it's really sore. It was like his right arm earlier.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
It's me. That shoulder blade. Still not right.
Yeah,
But
and first it was like, I brought this dog ball. I was like, you've not got a dog?
Guaranteed, if it was, I said to him, he said, I'm not coming. I went, if it was the Champions League final
Yeah.
and you had a chance of playing in it, would you battle past that,
I
bit of pain?
paddled through injury.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just wanted attention, I
Yeah,
think.
it was the odd one. So it was like,
Yeah.
they kept moving him over.
The guy said to me, he said, "Look, you the only thing is you might have to carry the boat." And I said, "Look, I'll try, and if I can't, I'll tell you."
You pulled me into the boat. There's nothing wrong with
mate,
you.
yeah.
I'm not light.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you had a buoyancy aid on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it was like a rocket in the water that shot you out.
What about when he gave me that random rope?
Yeah.
And he was just like,
Oh, yeah.
this is for you, this. And I was like, what's it for? He was like, don't worry about it. And I was like, well, now I am worried about it.
Yeah,
And then he just had, and they made this weird crotch strap. He was like, I'll put it like that just in case I need it later. What, my crotch? Yeah, what are you going to need it for, you freak?
Buoyancy.
Yeah,
Floated.
But give it to like some random lad on the other boat as well, and he didn't say anything. And I was just like, all the way through, and they just give it back. He was like, oh, thanks for that.
Yeah.
I was like, well, you're just trying to stress me out.
Yeah. That'd be your type of stag do that, wouldn't it, Harry?
Whitewater rafting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'd like to go down it just in the life jacket.
I was about saying the nude then.
Just the life jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, just come out covered in cuts.
No, like,
Just the live jacket, nothing else on.
Yeah.
it'd be smooth. wouldn't it?
Completely naked.
Would it not be smooth?
Mate, you get fucking knocked to fuck about in there.
Yeah.
I'd love that. Come out the end, who's the hardest?
Yeah.
Me, rock solid. Yeah.
I would 100% do whitewater rafting again. I'd do kayaking. I thought that'd be really cool doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you try and be. I haven't done it in 20 minutes. You'd be like, I won. You're like, no, you didn't enjoy yourself. Yeah.
Speaking of kayaking, who's our guest?
Who's paddling into the studio today, ladies and gents, is backed by popular demand and already famous writer and guest on the podcast, comedian Tom Keegan. Also the host now of Good Times podcast, which is up and running with Callum Oakley. I was watching a clip on it earlier of Tom, which I kind of want to ask him about. he said he had to share a room with his brother, and when he was about 7, his brother had like a Zoo magazine like poster on the wall of a girl, and he would kiss the poster. Right.
I used to do that with a Spice Girls picture.
Which Spice
The fact
Girl?
that you said that with like a low tone was go on, which Spice Girl?
I changed it up.
Changed it up?
Yeah, because it would like it'd wear, wouldn't it? Because I was kissing
That's
it.
exactly, that's exactly what the lips dissolve,
Yeah.
and then the nipples on the girls dissolve
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he was basically
There were no nipples on a Spice Girls poster. It was more clean for me. No, yeah, me and my mate used to sit and snog this Spice Girls photo.
You and your mate? The same poster?
we used to snog at the same
he used to
time.
put his tongue the other side of the hole, and Ben would put his. and he'd go, no, it's my turn to be Mel C.
Oh yeah, we used to
Clip it.
we used to both snog it at the same time.
So,
Fucking
and
hell.
you'd be on the other side of it?
Yeah, just glory
No,
all in
we'd
a
both
poster.
feel like it was on his wall. We'd both like take it in turns to snog different ones.
So it was on his it was on his wall.
Yeah, but
Right.
I was my best mate at the time, so I used to go around a lot.
Right,
And,
okay.
Just for the snogging, really.
I just imagine you, because back in them days, was it like ringing on a landline and it's like, Benny, you coming round?
yeah. More our parents organised it for us. So I've got this new Spice Girls poster. You want to snog it?
That's funny.
so
that.
funny, yeah.
There you go. That's why I'm such a good kisser now.
So which Spice Girl
Yeah,
was
go
it
on,
though,
which
did you
girl?
say?
I think I would always go for Baby Spice or Mel B.
Okay, so which
Both very different, but you know, I believe I'm attracted to personality.
which one did you wear through the fastest?
Baby Spice, 100%.
Perforated.
Yeah.
Absolutely obliterated it.
Yeah, there are 3 holes, one in the mouth and 2 in the chest.
Fucking hell.
Hey, you asked.
Did
The
you wear
image
a
of
Union
the-
Jack Baby Spice?
No, that's
Ginger Spice.
Ginger Spice.
I
that.
see, yeah.
Jerry Other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know which one you go for. Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the hole on that one?
I was the pole to her flag. Your erection.
Yeah, I got it. It was crude.
Yeah, I know.
He's also 7. Yeah. So,
It's a small flagpole.
yeah.
But that is today's guest, everybody. It's Tom Keegan.
Also,
I
supported
really enjoyed that.
supported you on Grenade as
He
well.
did support me on Grenade,
Yeah.
and was very fucking good. He got a round of applause within about the first 5 minutes, and I remember thinking, "All right, Tom, you know what I mean, pal? Leave some in the room, please."
Oh, he was great.
But yeah, excited to have him back. So this is going to be so funny that this is going to be all made up with Tom Keegan.
Enjoy.
It's all made up, baby.
And we're back, everybody, with the brilliant Tom Keegan.
Hello, gents.
Thank
Welcome.
you so
Thanks for
much.
having me back.
Yeah, we're very excited to have you back, mate. You've been one of the most popular episodes we've ever had.
I really enjoyed the last one.
Yeah.
Me and Zoe were talking about it in the car on the way up, and I was like, I'm really excited to do this podcast.
Do you remember what it was called, your last one?
It was. I remember his name was Chuck Vandersnoot.
Yeah.
Something dance, flash dance, ice dance.
Yeah, no,
Flash dance.
flesh.
Flesh dance.
Flesh Dance,
Flesh
the Ballad
dance.
of Vandersnoot.
That was a great story.
That's
Yeah.
the best name we've had, I think.
Yeah, Flesh Dance is a great name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it. We're not my writers. You know. What I
Thank
mean?
you. No, you came up in our yearly review, actually. I think yours was one of the favourite
Yeah.
episodes.
Nice.
I think it was
Yeah.
the favourite, actually.
Yeah, for me, definitely.
Happy anniversary as well.
I'll get out of his house.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, for me it was the favourite.
Because since your appearance on this podcast, you and Callum Oakley are now doing
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
Times.
Yeah.
With Liv.
Good time.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. It was really specific.
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
Well, is it Liv who's the producer?
Yeah. Liv just used to work at the bar in Hot Water when
Right.
me and Callum first started doing stand up, and she was just always really cool. And we thought we're going to need a third, just someone to,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
to be mean to, you know. And she's lesbian and of colour, so we can kind of make them
You
jokes.
tick the two
She can
boxes.
laugh,
Yeah.
yeah. She's got a great sense of
You
humour
can win
as
some
well.
awards now.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
hopefully, we'll just. It's the inclusive, so we'll get, but we lose the demographic quick.
Yeah.
Seeing the jokes.
How's it been? You're in Callum's outhouse, aren't you? Now that's your studio
Yeah,
space.
it's like, you know, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
Yeah,
when like Jazzy Jeff used to live in the summer house. That's where we are.
Yeah.
Callum's mum.
the Fresh
Yeah.
Prince of
His
Bebbington.
outhouse.
Yeah, he's got his mum and dad's have got like
Is he wadded?
I don't
No,
know.
His dad, his dad worked really hard for a while. I think he's retired now, his dad, but they've got a lovely house. And
Maybe I should start working hard for a while.
You can
Start
do on a
now.
Monday, mate.
Yeah, start now if you want.
Yeah, I'll stop it. Yeah.
But I was watching some of the clips from the podcast that you'd done earlier, right? And
yeah.
for the viewer and the listener,
yeah.
obviously check out the pod. But one of your clips was you reminiscing about a poster you had on your wall
Yeah, I think it was my brother's poster. Yeah.
I think it seems like it was your poster with what you were doing to it.
It became my poster.
Yeah. Can you just talk us through that again?
Yeah. Well, the stuff that came up in the podcast. Me and my brother shared a room for a little while. He was a little bit older, my brother, and he got a Zoo magazine poster.
Yeah.
And I was a lot younger, maybe 7, and I'd find myself kissing the poster. I'm like,
Find yourself, dude.
Were you like stood on a stool?
He'd like black out. He'd like black out and wake up going.
I think
It happened again.
I think I was just practicing my moves. And, it was like, I was just so stimulated because it was like a woman in my room with her boobs out, and I'd kiss it, but to the point where I kissed it enough where it just dissolved. So they were like serial killers, just like scratch out eyes. And just so one day my brother came in the room and it was just the nipples and the mouth had dissolved on the mouth because I'd just been making out with it.
That is so
I'd show me friends and stuff like that. I'd go, come and get a load of this.
We're talking about this on the intro.
Yeah. Go on, Ben.
So I used to go out to my mate's house and kiss a Spice Girls poster.
Yeah, thank
and it's
you.
like this massive one. But we both used to do it together.
Yeah,
we used to take it in turns, like leaning against the wall going.
But Harry said his mate was on the other side.
Oh, no, yeah, that's a similar thing.
Mel's such a good kisser. But yeah, Ben just
Such smooth lips.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Oh, mate, my dad used to buy me Nuts magazine. It was instead of doing sex education, I think he was like, I'll get him them.
Just him trying, just make it just like, please don't be gay.
Well, I think I was into like dancing back then. He used to go to like dance class. I think he was like trying to counteract it with tits. Yeah.
He's giving you like tips for Babe Station. He's like, no, listen, if you stay up late enough, son.
Have you heard of Gene Kelly, Dad? Yeah.
They're not around anymore, lads mags. They're completely finito.
Oh, you can still find them.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the restricted section.
This is where to look.
Yeah.
I think, do you know, I don't think they were that bad a thing. I don't.
Well, I was I got asked a question on a podcast a couple of weeks ago about what's the worst thing you've ever done, and like the naughtiest thing you've ever done. And I like, I know what the line is, I think, with most things, right? But I remember being a kid and Charlie Murphy nicked a. Do you remember Max Power?
I thought you meant Charlie Murphy as in Eddie Murphy's brother.
Yeah.
Sorry. You knew Charlie?
Yeah. But Charlie Murphy nicked I dared him to nick a Max Power magazine, right, which was like a booby mag, you know what I mean? But
I know Max Power is.
You subscribed to it for 8 years, and you could build a Nissan Skyline, like with all the bits and pieces to send you. And we ran out with this titty mag, and we're like, oh my god! But obviously, it couldn't come to my house, and it couldn't come to his house.
Contraband.
Yeah, because we're like, what do we do?
Well,
so
we figured, was your dad a nick it?
It was dry that day. We were like, we'll hide it under a pile of leaves. Right, and then we'll return to the magazine and we can enjoy it at a later date. And obviously, in between us hiding it and returning it, it rained. And I just remember opening it up and it was just like paper mache boobs, just being like, "These are so streaky."
On your knees.
Yeah, just tearing it.
Yeah. It's a false representation of what boobs look like.
All that risk for nothing.
Yeah. You left it under leaves.
Yeah, it was mate.
How old were you?
I would say probably about year 6.
You're quite smart. What do you think that? You hid it in your house somewhere.
Yeah, I was, mate. My dad was a fucking detective. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Always
Be
detective.
blue light and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Metal detector coming through the door.
Yeah, a lot of stains here, Harry.
Why are your shins blue, Harry?
Always corners off. Another policeman stopping Harry from coming in from school.
I hope that's blood. Yeah.
That's funny. You can't go in the living room, Harry.
We've all got them like formative memories though, like, and you think it on our podcast we're really, really honest, and we're very mean to each other, but we're also really honest and be like, oh, this is horrific something I did when I was younger, so we found a lot of play in there.
Yeah.
Have you all told that bit on stage about kissing the poster?
No.
I would.
No,
100%.
really, yeah.
The fact you said about just scratching the eyes out like a serial killer.
That's funny.
Yeah. On the podcast originally.
That's a great line.
Them years of being like a teenage boy were obviously mad, weren't they? Like, there's a lot of firsts, weren't there?
Hormones are just flying all over you.
Yeah, I remember I told you about my first
Oh,
Yeah, you thought you was dying, didn't you?
Yeah, did I told it on the podcast yet?
I don't know if you told it on the
Is that
podcast, but you told it to
appropriate
me.
on the podcast, you reckon?
it's your career.
No,
You know what I mean?
No, it's just a joke I was thinking of doing.
Yeah.
Essentially, the first time I enjoyed myself, I was like, my God, this is so painful. Painful? Obviously, my balls were working overtime. And I was like, I was laying there going, ah. I was like, do you want to ring my mum?
Does it still hurt?
No.
Thank God. Thank God.
No, but like, my balls were like, God, I've got to get to work. It was like a factory opening.
How old were you?
I don't know, probably like 13, 12, 13.
Does it still hurts?
Get used to it.
And then
It's like a chronic pain.
Whatever the age where you don't really produce anything, you just go, oh. And then one day you're like, I've arrived. Here we go. The show begins.
Speaking of stand-up, you performed Harry's
did.
support at Grenade at Cultplex in
Yeah.
Manchester.
Yeah,
Which you were
great
very
show.
good at.
Yeah.
You're brilliant.
Yeah, that was the first time I'd seen Grenades all the way through as well.
Yeah.
Explosive comedy, mate.
yeah, it was great.
From Tom.
Yeah, well, I'm doing it at the Fringe this year, full run of it.
Are you doing it at Hot Water at any time?
No. I, not at the moment, anyway. The plan is to do it at the Fringe, and then it's like one and done. Then, you know.
It definitely needs another run.
Yeah, well, I just did 2 weeks of it, so kind of like do it with all the bells and whistles on it and a proper venue and all the rest of it. It would be good. But the point being was, when you did grade, you were great at the start.
Thank you. I was so nervous that first night. I remember Harry, even being asked to open, I was made up. And as soon as I got in the room and I saw the cameras, because your setup, by the way, Lewis, was amazing. And I was so confident. And I remember maybe 10 minutes in, and I thought, my ass just fell out. I don't know why. My ass completely
It came
fell out.
out of nowhere though,
I know.
because like we're watching it, and I was like, "Is this like a bit, or is it?"
I went to Untenable either.
No, you weren't. You were cool, of course.
course.
Because I've obviously gone through the footage and stuff, and I looked at that first night, and I was listening. I was like, he's killing it here. Do you know what I mean? And then it just sort of came out of nowhere. And it was like,
I think it was like a combination of, I'm like, this is Harry's fucking night. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And and rather than just like any other comedian go, thank you guys, you've been nice, I was like really apologetic and was like, guys, I'm sorry, I fucked it. And everyone was like, well, it's not about you,
I'll give
Tom.
you your money back.
It's not about your night. And I was like, no, I apologize. Yeah, it was too much. But yeah, second night was better.
You're like, if you want to leave, you can.
Harry's like,
no.
maybe guys. Yeah, Harry will be back on to resume the show.
I understand if you want to go.
It was nearly like that. It was that energy.
yeah.
Oh, but thanks for letting me do it anyway.
And then
You know, you're
one of my favourite memories of the two shows was afterwards when we went out to the karaoke bar.
That was great.
And I was like, tell me you have a dance, and you went, I don't dance.
I've got to be fucked to dance, really fucked.
Yeah.
I am, I need chemicals to dance me.
You know that night when we went out after your show, I remember dropping 3 drinks next to your dad.
Oh, yeah.
But like proper dropping them. Like I just kept dropping these drinks. And I don't know why.
PTSD kicked in.
Yeah, but I remember your dad at one point was like, "Will you just hold on to it, please?"
My
and I
dad,
was like, "I don't know what's happening to it." But I just like had this thing where I got to your dad. I went,
he was wankered that evening.
"It's
right?
fucking me. I would have got back."
He was on like medication for something, and he arrived and he was like dead emotional with me and was just like, I'm so excited for tonight. He was like, but just fucking smash it, make me proud and all that. And I was like, it'll be fine. Just, chill, enjoy the show.
Jaws all over the place.
Yeah.
Son, you just gotta do your best.
Where we going after, son?
He was
talking to Tom though. Yeah, he's like, "All right, you got to do your best."
He was like, I was like, just chill. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, it'll be really good. And then when we got to the karaoke place, at this point, he'd obviously been drinking and the fucking, right. So after the show, everyone was sat around, right? And there's all my family sat on this big table. And it was the first time in a while, all my family being together in them circumstances. And I was like trying to organise us moving, right? And say you're where my dad is, right? And I'm chatting to someone over here and I'm like, right, what are we doing here? And everyone is listening to my dad that's in my family at the head of the table talking. And I just turned at the point to be like, where are we going? And as I turned, I just hear my dad say, the last 10 years of my life have been a car crash.
just while like shares for you, baby.
And everyone's at the table just listening to that.
But he's on stage.
Yeah,
he's
fucking so funny. So he says about that, and then when we got into the karaoke place, he was so pissed. he had one side of his face was just like closed off, right?
Was it?
And I was like, you pissed? He was like, I'm not. You got one fucking eye on me. And I was like, you got to go home. He's like, I was just dead proud. I was just dead proud.
It
I
was
was
a
like,
great
mate,
night.
You never
Family
stroke
loved
that you were
as
that
well,
proud.
yeah, it was wild.
What I wanted to talk about just before we get into the pod as well is because obviously Tom mentioned that he worked. We both share something, me and Tom, in the sense that we both worked at EE. So go on, talk to me about what happened then, because you said you've recently.
I'm not gonna get. I don't work for them anymore, do I?
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
gonna
So
be- I didn't last long. I had a friend who got me in on a favour
right.
because I'm notorious for. I'm in a job for 3 weeks and then I leave and I just can't really hold down because I'm a lazy twat and
I won't share this with employers.
yeah.
Clipping it.
And yeah, I said to some guy and I was going, you were that close, Tom.
Yeah.
You were that close.
I saw that clip. Yeah.
Yeah, great episode.
Yeah.
Not getting the job.
Yeah.
No.
Will van der Snoot. Yeah.
Nightmare for HR. No, it was just a bit cutthroat for me. I was doing bad on my targets. Really affable, really good with customers, and but yeah, I kamikazed myself.
Right.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's what I didn't tell you. So the reason I basically got asked politely to leave the company was it was like 10 to 6, ready to leave, and a couple are trying to get broadband, really nice couple, but my laptop, my tablet was just malfunctioning, couldn't get it done for whatever reason, and you'll know this is a baddie,
Yeah,
to
right.
be honest. Rather than pass them on to a colleague, I just want to get the fuck home.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, guys, the nearest ease shop
Oh right. Okay. So you sent him somewhere else.
is, and it was literally a 2-minute walk.
Yeah.
Um,
But they were open later, was they?
yeah.
Right.
They were open till 8. We were open till 6.
Yeah,
So we just sent them down the road, and then it was bedlam.
Yeah.
But what happened there? When you closed that sale, and I went, oh, fucking man, So I started getting a bit snappy because the guy was like a replacement assistant manager.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was a blade. He was a proper helmet. Just the job's weird. Just the guy who asked me once, he was like, so what's your career plan? And I was like, this is paying for my drugs and like, trains to gigs, man. This is it. This
What's
is
your career plan? 50 gigabytes, unlimited minutes of text.
yeah. Getting discounts on me bill. That was about
Yeah.
it.
Can I stream live?
But I really, I knew what I was doing though, because I knew he was going to go to the manager and tell him everything I just said, and he said it verbatim. I was like, the manager doesn't like me, man. And when he's went off me, and he went, oh, and I went, well, he screamed at me the other day for having a smoothie on the floor. I was like, if I had a set of tits and a smile, he would have reacted completely different.
Yeah,
He doesn't
yeah.
speak to the girls like that. And when he was giving me like a rollicking the next day, he went, believe it'd be a different story if you had a set of tits and a smile. And I'm trying to keep it light, and I'm like, well, I've got tits. And he weren't having it. He wasn't having it at all. As they were like, I can't be serious.
Yeah.
So as they were like, you're going to have to give you a fob, and I was like, you need my badge and my gun. Like, you weren't having it.
You put your iPhone down. Yeah.
I seen.
I get results, damn it.
But it is like, regardless of how good your customer service is, if you're not hitting your sales, they're not bothered. You know what I mean? I seen a guy, I think I told you this before, Harry. I saw a guy sell someone 0 megabytes per second broadband. They sold
He should be a millionaire.
They sold someone internet without any internet, and they signed it.
Ruthless.
Yeah. And he came into it back laughing. I was like, that is unreal. I was saying
He's
before.
now on Instagram doing all these sales videos.
Yeah.
To say he closed
Oh,
the
God.
sale.
I got punched off a customer once. So when I used to work at the shop in Sheffield, it was like the second busiest in the country at that point, right? It was like, but a small shop. So it got to the point where you had to have a queue manager, a manager of the queue, right?
On the podium.
On the podium.
Yeah.
So we was like one of the first shops to do that. And basically, customer would come in, speak to the manager, send you to a terminal where a sales advisor is, and then you'd process the sale and try and upsell and this, that, and the other. Anyway, I go to the queue manager to go and sort of get the next customer. And on my way, a woman steps in front of me. And I went, "Hey, all right." She went, "You're serving me now." I went, "Well, I can't. I've got to go to the queue manager." She went, "No, you're serving me." I went, "Well, I can't because I've got to go to the queue manager." And she just went, bang, and punched me in chest. There was
I like that in the handsets.
How old's this lady?
What's that?
How old's this lady?
She was like
Lady, I say.
mid-30s, I'd say, at this point.
The thing is, he had a tablet on his
Yeah.
chest. It was older than
Mid-30s, welterweight.
Yeah, so she's whacked me in chest. And obviously, I'm a bit taken aback. I'm like, and there was a lad who I worked with stood next to me. And I looked at him and I went, what's just gone on there? He went, "I think you're going to have to leave," to the lady. And I was like, "Yeah, I think you have
Hit
to."
me on the hand, how hard she hit you.
Like that. Like a little.
Don't cry.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
Good footwork there, mate. Yeah.
Bit of talk.
Yeah, that is hard.
Yeah, just like it just sort of took me back a bit.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Put hands on you.
Yeah, but like, what did you think was going to be achieved?
I have no
That's what
idea.
I mean, like, you were going to go, okay, sorry.
But I think I told you that my favourite customer before we go, one of, right, this guy comes in, right, early 40s, baseball cap on backwards. It was with his girlfriend, right? Baseball cap on backwards, early 40s with his girlfriend, and then this really big bloke, like just a massive giant of a man. And he comes in, and I'm sort of like, with this other lad, we're sort of like double teaming the selling. Anyway, he comes in, and he goes, I want a contract.
Any particular one?
Yeah, he went, yeah, I want to get a contract. I was like, right, okay, come over to the terminal, we'll see if we can get it. And it's obviously a bit unsure whether or not he's going to pass the credit check, this chap. So we're getting his details. And he's like, you can tell he's a bit nervous because he's trying to impress his girlfriend and this chap who he's with. Anyway, we do the credit check. And once the credit check's happening, it tells you how many lines you can get. So, like, you can usually get between 1 and 5, but if your credit's shite, you're getting 1.
Yeah.
Credit check's going through now, pal. You've passed for 1 line. Oh my God, the change in personality was unbelievable. The swag he ended up getting from this credit check, right? And then was like, right, you've just got to sign this contract here, pal. Just pop your name up there, and he's signing it, right? And he's going, fucking yeah, just... And then he snaps our pen in half.
He's so amped up with his contract.
No one else is getting a contract today.
He signed the contract and he snapped the pen in half, but there was still more he needed to sign.
No way.
Yeah. And they were like, what
That's
have you
funny.
done that for?
Snaps a pen, sprays the ink.
And then just turn it over and go, and this pays it? Oh, shit.
But it was like, he was doing it.
Like nothing on earth.
But we were stood near each other and he kept tapping the lad who I was selling with on the belly, you know, with the back of his hand going, fucking cheers, pal, cheers to that, pal. And then he got his contract, impressed his girlfriend, then the big bloke was like, can I try for a contract? And then failed it. He failed it. But it was so good, the snapping of the
Oh my
pen.
God. He's just like, he's turning around like, you're going to get it tonight, baby.
Yeah.
Have I told you about why I got fired from Vodafone?
Go on.
I used to work on the phones. So when you get a sale, they're all recorded. So you're supposed to stop recording at the end of the conversation. And then every sort of like week, they'll randomly check.
Every week.
Yeah. Every week. They'll check like one of your sales calls that you've made. So they'll randomly check. So I didn't realise that. So I made the sale and I was just chatting to somebody next to me, some girl, and she was like, oh, who would you rather shag? Liz, your manager, or, you know, that girl over there? I went, I'd rather shag anybody. Liz is Rochdale's town bike. But
Saying this to a customer?
No. So I'd ended the call, but forgot to stop recording myself.
Right.
So that'd be fine usually, but obviously my luck, my manager called me over, was like, Ben, can you just have a listen to this call, please? And I was like, here we go. Yeah. Listen to a sales call. And she went, just stay on at the end. And all you hear is me going, yeah, I'd rather shag anybody apart from Liz. She's Rochdale's town bike. That's the manager sat next to me. And I went, okay, thank you for the time. And walked out.
Yeah.
They call that dry snitching in the hip hop community.
Yeah.
You've grasped on yourself, man.
But, you know, I made the sale.
Right.
I'm there to make sales, not be polite.
Well, what I reckon we do now is get into it. What do you reckon, Harry?
Yeah,
I can see you keep checking timer up things.
No. I was enjoying that. You know what I mean? Nice bit of chit chat.
Right, well, get us into it then.
All right. Okay. Sweet. This is going to be all made up with Tom Keegan.
It's all made up again. I don't need to sing it, do I?
We were going to have a transition, but we'll just use that.
Just a little bit.
And we're back. Yeah.
And we are back. Let's go straight into it. So, Tom, welcome to the Writers' Room again. The second guest to be in here for a second time. I think Sam the Man's done it twice.
Callum Oakley.
Yeah, but they didn't get heard, did they?
No, because his first one was mental.
No,
Yeah.
No, someone did it twice.
Have we had someone do it twice? I don't think we have, which has been released.
James Allen.
James Allen,
James
that's
Allen
it.
twice.
Right, so you're in limited company with
Nice.
So you want you're one
Elites.
of the elites, one of the
I've
originals.
been looking forward to this so
Yeah.
much.
So I'll go through
I haven't planned anything.
Good.
Not one.
So what I'll do is I'll go through it for the listener and the viewer again if this is your first episode. So in front of you, Tom, there are 3 pots: green pot, yellow pot, red pot. Green sentences start the story, red ones finish it, and the yellow one, a little curveball, swerveballs in between, send the story in different directions. So we're in the writer's room, you're the lead writer, we're your assistants. But before we jump into them, we're going to create a character.
Sweet.
So what would you like the character to be called for today's story?
Okay, let's name him after a movie character.
Right, okay.
Name an Adam Sandler movie character. Happy. Let's call him Happy.
Happy. Right. Okay.
Okay.
Happy.
You got Happy Gilmore, Happy Madison, Happy.
Feet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to want it.
Little Argentinian penguins.
Yeah.
Happy.
That's a good accent, that.
Oh
Thank you.
Larry. Happy Larryson. Happy as Larry.
no. I want it to be real. Happy Stevens.
Happy Stevens. Right. Happy Stevens. No old's happy.
32.
32. And just to confirm, is it Stevens with a PH or a V?
It's a PH.
Okay.
Has anyone ever met a Happy?
No.
I feel like I think it's a bold name. That.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it. Though.
I'd like to meet a Happy.
Yeah. It would make me happy.
Yeah.
I think if you hear it, yeah.
I'd like to be a Happy.
Would you call your son Happy?
No, I think Happy sounds a bit of a simple name. I do.
Anybody called Happy out there
Yeah.
listening?
I do.
Harry hates you.
If you said I've got a mate called Happy, you're gonna be like,
You just
he
imagine
works
a
with
proper-
animals.
Yeah.
He works with animals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
He's
don't care,
outside
mate.
a lot.
I don't
I'm
discriminate.
picturing Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
not wearing a suit.
So we've got Happy Stevens, 32. What does he do for a job, Happy?
Let's say he's inherited wealth.
He's inherited wealth, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're talking like 6 figures, 7 figures.
3 figures. It's a few hundred quid.
Multi-millionaire. Let's say he's from a multi-million
Okay.
pound
Yeah.
family.
Okay.
Life-changing money.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Deeds.
Like Mr. Deeds.
Like Mr. Deeds. So he's like is it one of them distant relative in his inherited money, or is it close relative?
Well, should we have his dad invented some shit?
Right.
And that's where he made his millions, or shall it be an old family there?
I'd like it. I don't know you, but I like the idea of like newer money.
Okay, yeah.
You know, like
Right, so he still speaks to his family, this Happy, or not?
Yeah. So let's say his dad or his granddad invented like the fucking the shower radio,
Right, okay.
something like that.
Right, so shower radio was the invention, and he essentially inherited millions of pounds from
The success of
the
that.
success of that. Right,
to
okay.
work.
one of my mates' granddad invented the picker upper.
Oh, did he?
Rubbish. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
huge.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Massive.
Yeah. Well, they're about a metre, but
But I'm guessing he created the patent for it.
yeah, and then patented it, and then but never worked again.
Flipping out.
Yeah.
Decent.
Money.
Picked
Just-
another
just
thing
that's
up
all.
as well.
The only thing he picks up now is a paycheck.
Right, okay, so I'm liking this, but I think it's important we sort of nail down at what point are we meeting him where he's received this money. Is it like he's just received the money, or is a few years into having the money? Like where are we?
No. I'd say he's lived in luxury all his life.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's always had money because of this.
Yeah.
Right, okay, I get that.
Like trust fund sort of thing.
Yeah, bit of a trust fund kid. Yeah, bit of a prep.
Right,
kid.
and whereabouts is he living?
I'm thinking Saltburn vibes. So
Oh.
like, yeah.
Home counties.
What's that?
Saltburn, like northeast where?
No, Saltburn the movie.
Yeah.
The movie, right?
Yeah.
Saltburn.
But
But it's
Saltburn,
in like, you know.
Oh,
No,
right.
He means vibes. So like home counties, you're thinking like,
Right.
you know,
Big estates
yeah,
and shit.
yeah,
like Buckinghamshire, that.
Gravel
Yeah,
drive.
That's it.
right? Okay. You want to ask
This has
anything?
got sexy immediately as soon as I've mentioned Saltburn.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sucking bathwater.
yeah,
Lucky for you, I'm a vampire.
yeah. That's horrible. That.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And any love interest, anything like?
He's a player. I'd say he's a
Right.
player. He's a young man on the top. Well, 31. He's getting,
Yeah.
Bachelor.
Yeah.
Bachelor. Right.
Is he a good looking lad?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Not DiCaprio.
Right.
Well, the money makes a difference.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a bad looking lad, but he's got millions of pounds.
He's a solid 6-7 on a good day.
Yeah.
Solid 6-7 on a good day. Okay.
Right. Okay. So
Like
let's
me today.
paint a picture of what his face and like what hairstyle has he got?
I'm thinking Lannister blonde hair, and it's
Ooh.
kind of like bangy.
Right.
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
He's getting sexier by the.
Yeah.
He's quite athletic.
How tall is he?
natural build.
How tall is he?
Not massively tall. I'd say he's under 6 foot.
He's under like Harry.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because
Bad
you
job.
say no, I know it's just something he needs to remember because he says he's taller than me by 2-3 inches when he's not. It's just about an inch. You say he's 5'10", he's 5'8.5" maybe.
Well, Harry's taller than you.
Just
5'10".
see, there we go.
Average height, man.
What? So I'm the tallest and the best looking on the podcast.
Yeah, just
What are you, Tom?
Yeah.
6'3"?
I don't know my height. I'd say just above 6.
I think you're taller than me, so
Yeah.
I'm not quite 6 foot. I'm just under.
Yeah, I've got little platforms on though.
Yeah.
It's a very Scouse thing that we tend to jump our height up a little bit with some man heels.
oh yeah, some little New Balance.
They're not Cubans, yeah, they're just.
Right, okay, so let's just... so we've got Happy, inherited wealth, his dad or granddad invented the shower radio, he lives on like an estate. You know these women that he's picking up, how does he meet them?
I don't know.
Because does he go out to the clubs, or is he on the apps?
No,
you know
he's
what
not,
I mean?
No, he's not on the app. Or unless it's like, I maybe a bit of both.
Right.
Maybe he's on Tinder for the peasants.
Right.
The local scam.
Yeah.
And then there's like an elitist one. Isn't there like an elitist?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say like it's seen from Saltburn. Obviously, they've got them. They've always got like big socials and stuff that are like money meets money.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Right.
like clubs, like
Balls,
country clubs,
and
like
shit like that.
Country
Eyes wide
clubs,
shut,
I think the country clubs
like
sort
yachting
of...
clubs. Sort
But they like to mingle with the fucking,
Yeah.
the lower classes as well.
Yeah.
Almost as like a joke amongst the country clubs as well. Like,
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at
Should we
the...
go to London, fucking laugh at some fucking porn guys?
Yeah.
A long time ago, I did a gig in Chipping Norton with James Allen at this.
That's where Clarkson's farm is at, Jimmy Norton.
Was it?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's also the home of David Cameron, and this gig was on the cricket ground, right? And it was like lady so and so lives up the road. You know what I mean? Big gaffs. 50 quid a ticket to go to this thing.
What's you and James Allen?
Yeah, your dinner's included, right? I tell you what, the ticket money they were paying did not match the fee we were getting, right? But James Allen goes up and starts basically slagging off David Cameron. And then someone in the crowd that's like, yeah, he's a silent funder of this event. And he's like, big fan of David.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he smashed it. He really smashed it. But it was so funny because you could just feel this tension in the room. People being like, I don't think he understands.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very, very, very posh.
Oh my god, yeah. In Liverpool, that would have been like, yeah, get him, James.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Do you reckon Happy does like the fox hunting and stuff like that? Does he? He's very much into that sort of thing.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, his dad, as soon as his dad found wealth, yeah, the fox hunt, clay pigeon shooting.
Right.
Yeah, like overbred.
But he's
Like
an
overbred. So they've always got a massive chin, haven't they? The more overbred somebody is, always like, the chin gets more and more loose. the generations, the chin eventually falls off, and then we're all like, yes, they're dead.
Yeah.
Has he got a decent sized chin, this chap?
And they call it ghastly. It calls a lot of things.
Oh, it's ghastly. Yeah, it's ghastly.
Is he an only child?
No, he's got an older brother.
Right. Or does he have like a Zoom magazine that he brings back what Happy looks at and like kisses or?
And sucks their tits up.
Yeah. But they're that wadded. It's actually a real woman.
Bring out the poster.
Yeah. All right. Why have her lips disappeared? You've kissed her too much.
You got money for my son to kiss you.
Right, okay. Last thing, what is his sort of desire then? What's his dream? What does he want to do? Because it seems like he's got everything at the moment, but he must have like either a flaw or something that he doesn't have.
I was going to think, a lot of people in that situation, and we always see in like films, they always, maybe he's got like a lack of like accomplishment in his life because he's always had something given to him. Like,
Could it be? Could we have one of them stories where it is? He's like at the country club and his mates dare him. I bet you can't live amongst scum for a week. You know, like I bet you can't blend. I bet you can't
It's like
go
trading
to-
places.
Trading places, exactly. And it's sort
Oh,
of
My Fair Lady.
It's almost like
Reversed.
it's a bet. It's a bet with the other country club
like where
sort
it's
of
going.
mates, and it's like we wage you that you can't live amongst. We'll pick a place like the council estate.
I'm telling
for-
you, a 3-bedroom new build, you'd find it fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
Have you seen these people? Their houses are stuck to other people's houses.
the toilets are upstairs.
It's like having a conservatory that other people live in.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, I can picture him so hard.
Fucking hell.
So let's say it's that. But what has he bet then? What has Happy bet with these other country club lads for this to be worth his while? What could he win or what could he lose?
Is that the bet though, that he has to live?
He has to live for a
It's up to
week.
you. It's up
But
to
that's
you.
what I've
Or
suggested.
we do like a My Fair Lady thing. They have to turn one of the commoners into one of them.
Well, yeah,
That's
it's what
his
is.
challenge. Like, I bet you can't turn this lad from.
Well, yeah, that is an option, but it gets cruel then.
Mm.
You know
He
what I
might-
mean? It's like
Yeah.
let's take this fucking skank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to the council estate.
yeah. He might just want to maybe like live out in amongst the
And just prove
paupers.
that he can do it like
Yeah.
on benefit money.
Yeah, it's like a Burr Grills
But-
for him.
Well, his dad's maybe his dad says to him one
yeah.
day, like, do you know, I invented
my
something.
God.
I used
Have
to
you
live there.
It's a fucking Happy Gilmore situation.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, not Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison.
Yeah.
So his dad says, listen, you're not going to inherit this money unless you go to fucking Grimsby or somewhere and live a month on benefits.
Right, okay. So his dad is the one who invented the shower radio. He's done something with his life. He's raised this son who's a bit of a tool and been
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
look, you know what? If you're getting my money,
Son.
you need to live how I lived.
Yeah.
And if you can't, you're basically saying you have to last a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, his dad's come from nothing, but this
Yeah.
boy's come from everything.
Let's put a name on. Let's put a name on the dad.
Well, he's working class in. So was it Stevenson?
Happy Stevens.
Happy Stevens, just Graham. Let's just pick it.
Right. So he's Graham.
Get it Graham. And
So he worked hard, invented something, got the wealth. Son is basically, what is it? Tough times make hard men.
Yeah.
Hard men.
He's grown up in privilege, hasn't he?
Yeah. That's that. Right. I think we've got a good little character there. So we've got it. So Tom, pop your fingers into the green pot, pull one out, and we'll see if that fits. And where the blank is, say happy.
Blank was going to have an absolute shocker of a job interview.
Well,
That could work because he has to.
He's going to have a job interview. Yeah.
Yeah. So say it with happy instead of blank.
Happy was going to have an absolute shocker for a job interview.
Right. Okay. So there's a job interview that he needs to go to straight away. And how does it end, Tom? Pick up one of the red ones.
Oh. Milton Keynes will never be the same again.
Right. Okay. I like that. Right. So he has an absolute shocker of a job interview. Milton Keynes will never be the same again.
I think we know where he's going to go to live with the common people, don't we?
Where's that?
It's got to be Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
Is Milton Keynes? Yeah.
Well, Harry would
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's how he's from there, you know.
There's good and bad parts.
He's from Milton Keynes. He's not actually northern.
MK Dons.
MK Dons, yeah. There's good and bad parts. I'm trying to think, if you want him to live in a rough area, one of these states on there is called Netherfield. That's not great.
Let's do it.
Is that where you used to drive past?
Yeah, it's opposite the hospital. That.
Yeah.
So Neverfield. Did you say?
Netherfield, yeah. It might be fucking.
It sounds gloomy.
It might be gentrified.
Neverfield.
I can just imagine a shopping trolley.
Yeah.
Just going by.
I reckon before there was houses there was just a hole because there was never a field there. There's never been a field here.
Oh, yeah, Netherfield. Right. So the job interview that he's going for, is it? I want to get it straight. His dad said you've got to go and basically live how I've lived to get your money. So is his dad shipping him off to Milton Keynes?
I think his dad just drops him off one day in Milton Keynes town centre with like a few essentials.
I've just got an idea. Have any of you watched a documentary about them families in America, which they pay a company to kidnap the children in the middle of the night, and they take them into the desert to sort of go, to do a rehabilitation camp because they was naughty.
Yeah, and it turns out to be horrific. And
and the conditions are really, really bad. But they paid top dollar for the kids to be fully kidnapped and sent away for months. So I like the idea of Happy being kidnapped in the middle of the night and drove to Milton Keynes and dropped there.
Yeah. So maybe he's on a fox hunt, right? And he's on the back of his horse on his own, chasing after what he thinks is his fox.
It's his dad.
Yeah. And the moment he captures, he's off his horse. I think people just you see these soldiers that just come out and they're a bush. Yeah, I think it's like that, and it's like a net that catches him.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
you know who I am?
Yeah. Jesus Christ, what is going on? And then they wrap him up, and it's it's for the best, son.
This is a Louis Vuitton jacket, you fucking peasant.
It's a Louis Vuitton net.
Well, this is it, isn't it? So maybe he gets bundled into a van, taken to Milton Keynes, sort of disorientated, gets thrown out into the streets of Milton Keynes, into Netherfield, and he's wearing all this designer gear. So the first thing you see is an outsider or a local of Netherfield is this guy who obviously looks nothing like these do. So what is his first instinct in this situation to do, Tom?
Obviously runs to the phone, rings his dad. Oh, mind you, he's got no money, has he? So he asked it, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's.
I reckon he's been given a note by his dad. I reckon he's been left with a note saying you need to fend for yourself.
You need to fend for yourself, and I've set you up a job interview.
Yeah. I think something like that. Because the first thing you would do is go back home, wouldn't
Right. I think the job interview has to be at EE.
Yeah. I was thinking that.
Okay. So to paint the scenario, so he knows what's going on. How about when he's about to get thrown out of the car by these Navy guys, Marine guys?
Yeah.
They show him a video, and it's like, "Hello, Happy. This is your dad, Graham.
Yeah.
This is Pepe.
Yeah, but his dad will be dead working class, remember? So
Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry. So,
Yeah.
all right, son.
yeah.
Happy. All right, happy. It's your dad, Graham.
Yeah.
But he's enjoying the lap himself, so he's got like a bit of a cigar going.
Yeah.
He's going, it's happy, father. He's like, happy.
You ain't getting a fucking dime, son.
Yeah.
You got to slum it. You got to slum it for a week, all right?
Yeah.
And then you can get it. I sorted your job out in EE.
Right,
You
yeah.
got an interview. A guy called, I was going to say before, I was going to say the guy's name then. Mike's going to give you an interview, EE, old mate of mine.
Right.
Go
Okay.
and see him.
Yeah, I like how his dad is fucking Tyson Fury's dad.
Yeah. Headbutting everyone for no reason.
Blood Gotson. It's like Bob Hoskins and like the Long Good Friday.
I could have beat Tyson. No, you didn't. You got knocked out every fight you did. Yeah.
Right, okay. So, essentially, he's going to this job interview at EE in Netherfield. Okay?
Yeah.
So, we need a manager to hold the interview. So, you can be the manager, Harry.
Right. Okay.
You're going to play Happy.
Shall I be happy?
You can be Happy, and you're going to be coming for this job interview. Ben, who do you want to play in this situation?
There's normally two people in an interview, isn't there?
Yeah, so you're assistant to the manager.
Assistant to the regional manager.
Assistant to the regional manager.
Yeah.
Right, so you've come in for the interview.
I'm a company man.
Yeah. You're assessing me as a potential area manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
what I
Okay.
mean?
Love that.
It's like, yeah, so I'm just going to come in. I just
So,
want to kind of see how
Just
you.
quickly, what is the challenge for him to get back? Has he got to earn a certain amount of money?
He's just got to survive.
I think
yeah.
I think the comedy is he's just got to survive, which is
Okay.
ludicrous.
That's fine. No, yeah.
Well, it's going to have to be longer then, isn't it? It's going to have to be longer than a week. It's going to have to be like 2
But
months.
it depends on the comedy, doesn't it? Because if he is so out of touch, to him this week
Yeah.
is like I could die.
Yeah.
No,
Like-
I think we do 6 months. It gives him enough time
6
to...
months. Yeah,
6 months, right? Okay.
get
Gives him
a
enough
wage,
time to like
yeah.
build relationships, maybe, because you can't make them. So I know he does in films, but I think it gives him enough time to.
You know, he could like the story could be he gets involved in a youth club and changes like the lives of all these young people.
Well, it says that Milton
You know what I
Keynes
mean?
will never be the same again at the end.
Yeah.
I wanna stress, he's a bit of a knobhead.
This is what I
Okay.
mean.
He's a
Exactly.
real knobhead.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
he is so like he is incredibly out of touch to the
Yeah.
point where like the fact that he's going for a job interview, he doesn't really know what that means.
Yeah,
You know-
Quite mean.
Yeah. I think he's cutting. I think he's a horrid person.
Yeah.
Like, so
But he has to
play
get
it.
this job.
He's going to do
Discuss,
great.
yeah.
He's going to do fucking great.
Yeah.
This
Right.
kid.
Okay.
So
you've
he has
got-
to get this job. He has to get this job. That's your motivation. That you have to get this job.
But obviously, there's ways of getting the job, isn't there? You know what I mean? There's different angles. So we're gonna start the scene. Action.
Windowless room we're in. Right. Okay. Happy. Thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate it.
Can you sound like you're from Milton Keynes?
Okay. Right.
Because you are.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Sorry, may I just? You have any sparkling water or anything like that?
No, afraid we
No
don't.
problem. No problem. Sorry. Shoot.
Quick one. Do you have any experience in selling phones?
Not per se. Daddy said he knew you, basically.
Well, I'll do his contract.
Pardon me. What was your name?
Manager.
Your name is.
Yeah.
Your name is manager.
yeah.
You buckled that fucking quick.
He's Manchester manager.
Basically, what is it?
You don't understand. I'm actually. This is as much as it's an interview for you, it's an interview for me. So when I get the job, they'll give me the name badge. It's just
On his boss.
yeah. My real name's
Okay,
Ollie.
well, listen, Mr. Manager, Daddy said he knew someone here. I'm on my wit's fucking end. I'll leave it with you right now. You need someone who can sell. You need someone who can speak. I can sell to these people. If I can get out of fucking labour and chores at boarding school, I'm sure I can sell a phone to these fucking peasants.
Okay, well, I think we've put it to the test.
Okay.
Sell me that pen.
What pen?
Yeah. You mean a fucking quill?
That happens. He throws a pen at him across the room.
In all fairness, I wouldn't sell you this pen. It's shit quality. I'm used to a fountain pen. I'm used to something a bit more of a class. This is a shit pen. I'd recommend you don't buy this pen. Look at Amazon. Maybe there's some great deals on fountain tips and such there.
Yeah. That wasn't very good. You've not. I don't want to buy it. Right.
I don't blame you. It's a fucking shithead
You've got
pen.
no experience in sales. What are your hobbies and interests? Because you might not fit within the team.
Me and the guys went to Bali a month ago. We travel a lot, yeah. Really, yeah. Just we got really into Anthony Bourdain, Parts Unknown, and we were like, yeah, fuck it, let's just go on like a big crazy, obviously in like good places and stuff. But we were eating like cockroaches. Damo eating cockroach. It was fucking nuts. So we travel a lot, really.
Okay. What would you say is your kind of like your best skill?
I'm better than a lot of people.
That's his answer.
Yeah.
I'm quite better than a lot of people. In all honesty, guys, I do think I would be great at sales. I'm quite cutthroat.
Yeah.
As you can probably tell. I wear it like a fucking cloak. I don't care.
My last question would be, how do you think this has gone?
Frankly, I don't give much of a shit. It's only a week. I'm here.
Dave, can I borrow you for 2 minutes, please?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I think this could be a great opportunity for you to train somebody. This guy, to prove yourself as regional manager. This guy, you could train this guy. I think if you can train this dick, you can train anybody.
He's still in the room. No offence, mate.
No offense, mate.
No, not take it. No.
Yeah.
No.
If you could train this dick, you probably don't understand me. He's like, I don't understand your tones. Yeah. Yeah. You could train anybody. Dave, you could be assistant manager. If you train this guy.
I'm Dave.
Yeah.
I said my name was Ollie.
You said it was manager earlier. You don't have a fucking clue, mate. Yeah.
Ollie's not a manager's name. Right? You're Dave.
You're Dave now.
Yeah.
Right, you're the manager. You're Dave. Right? Yeah. You could train this guy. I think you could train him.
I love your character.
Do you want to train him? I'll give it to him. I'll give it to Chris.
I'm just there in the wings waiting. This is my shot.
Chris, do you want to be regional manager?
I could be fucking regional anything, mate.
Right, Dave, do you want it or not? Dave,
I
5.
I don't think he's qualified.
Dave, that is. Do you think he's qualified?
I think I can do fucking
Dave,
anything,
you
mate.
got one more chance to answer that question. Do you think he's qualified?
I don't think I'm qualified.
Do you think he could be qualified if you train him?
May I interject,
Sharp.
chaps?
Yeah.
I don't think it's about qualifications. I know I can speak to people. Give me a few days training. I'll fucking fly at this job. I know I will.
Right. You could be regional manager.
I know.
I think if you prove yourself to me.
Have you heard yourselves? I know I could,
Right.
for fuck's sake.
You could prove yourself to me. If you prove yourself, you could be regional manager.
Do you know what's funny? I like the idea of, obviously, Dave being that indecisive in this job interview that Happy actually becomes the regional manager. It's just one of them
Talks
situations.
his way into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
He's a horrid cunt.
Yeah, it's like...
You could up sales by 3%. You could be a manager.
Yeah. And then at the end of the interview, you take the badge off me and you stick it on and you go, you start now.
Dave.
And you just lost 20 grand a year salary.
Yeah. Right. Here's your chance to prove that you could be regional manager.
I shall be keeping my name.
You're called Dave. No one likes a guy called Happy.
I'm about to change this fucking shop, believe me.
Okay, right.
It's now managed by a Happy.
Right. So
Right, okay.
No,
So what's happened is Happy has now took over this EE shop. He is the manager.
it's a mad situation.
Day one, man. Day one.
Day
Just weren't
one.
expecting that at all from Happy.
But that's one of them things, isn't it, with a film like this, where it's like, oh, they're actually doing really well. Like they've had such a good start, now...
Yeah, my thought was he comes in and just overpowers them completely to the point where they're like, I think
you like
he
your
actually would be
confidence.
great.
You like your confidence. He was like, I could change this place. And like people like, do you know, I don't know if it, does sales environment, people like that sort of
You're in a
continuity.
Fleabag fucking shop in town centre of fucking Milton Keynes. Come on, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Take a chance.
So, right, let's just set the tone again. So, Happy is now the manager of an EE store in Netherfield. He's been tasked with raising sales by 3%.
Yep.
So we've got to think that he's done quite well here. How would Happy manage an EE store differently to a typical manager? What would he implement? What would he...
I think he reads like The Art of War and shit like by like Sun Tzu, and he's like, I'm gonna apply this shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rule with an iron fist in this fucking store.
I also think he's got no concept of money either. So, you know, like you were saying, you're always trying to upsell.
Yeah.
You feel bad if someone can't afford it. He has no idea.
Oh, yeah.
He's saying like £100 a month contract seems all right.
Yeah.
So this is why he's so good at selling.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, you know, you can afford that. And the confidence he says it with, people are like, oh yeah.
You're in debt. Sell one of your fucking cars, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe he's like slowly but surely bankrupting Netherfield. You know what I mean? He's sort of making everybody on like in credit. Like,
Right. Okay.
what are you thinking?
Yeah. So it's a real dark underbelly of like, what's the word? Social mobility.
Yeah.
He's actually regressing people.
So, yeah, exactly. So his dad sent him there to sort of live a working class life, but in fact, he's actually fucking...
Yeah.
Like,
He's raised a little golden gecko. This kid's like took Milton Keynes by the fucking throat. He's flying.
And he just grabs him and he goes, credit is good.
That was a great delivery as well, by the way.
I like the idea of him being like the golden gecko, of Netherfield. And Like, his dad trying to deliver this message of like how you should live your life, but it completely backfires, and it's a tyrant type of fellow.
Yeah, and he's making a fortune.
Yeah,
because he's just smashing his targets. Like,
yeah, I imagine him like he's sort of like. He's just the start. Like, he goes round to all the other businesses and sort of like starts investing with the money he's just earned from EE, and he's like a proper little philanthropist. But you know what I mean?
I reckon like manager meetings, he's going, what I do, you see, the bottom 10%, cut them every year. It's actually a Nazi practice.
What about if he manages to sort of like get on the council? You know, like Hitler. You know, how he started like sort of changing people's minds and perceptions, and he's sort of making the people of Netherfield think differently, but he's actually brainwashing them because he is so much more intelligent than everybody else there.
Okay, we're throwing out a lot of like theories about it could go.
Yeah.
At the moment, he's just become the manager of the shop. Right?
Yeah.
So what's he doing like that evening, like that week? Where do you see his week kind of going?
I think he's finessed himself into an advance. I think he sat down with sorry, what was your boss's name?
regional manager.
Regional manager.
Yeah.
Regional manager. I don't know why.
Reggie for sure.
Yeah.
Reggie.
The thing is, that shirt, it suits the character.
For the listener, Ben is wearing like a very smart
lilac.
Yeah, Parma violet shirt.
Nice. I had a big day at work.
White buttons.
It is nice.
I think he's gaslit and like kind of bullied his way into like going, give me a $2,000 wage advance.
Yeah.
I'll make that for you in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Just so I can get myself a hotel, look for some digs and stuff like that. And
Nice.
being the soft regional manager that he is, he's like,
yeah.
So do you think he's looking for a place to stay? Maybe he's like doing the classic thing in like a Morrison's, looking at like the walls, like room for let.
Yeah.
And he ends up in like, and I think he's got to be staying somewhere that isn't that nice at first.
Why don't you live in Netherfield?
Yeah, I mean like some old lady's spare room or something. Or
What are you thinking, Tom?
I'd say he starts. I don't know. I don't want to because he's. I know it's flipped on its head a little bit.
Yeah, no.
It's just the way the interview went. The character came out to me.
But I like this. I think it's more. It's like his dad sent him there to teach him a lesson, but he's actually been able to reverse engineer that. And because he is like a lot cleverer than people who are there, instead of like his dad would actually want him to go and stay with like Ethel in a small single room, but he's actually, like you said, finessed himself into sort of like the nicest part of Netherfield, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nice little apartment.
Yeah.
And he's bunged it.
so like Lucy Pender or something. He looks out like he's a
Lucy Pender, Big Brother, and Zoo Magazine. Why Zoo Magazine keep going back up?
just really pushing it. Yeah.
Okay, so that's fast forward then. Like, is he 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in? Like,
Yeah, I'd say he's his first month in.
right. I think there's got to be a check-in from his dad. Yeah.
Right, okay. Well, what about if we do a little yellow one as well, like a little swerve ball here?
Yeah.
Right, so we're a month in. Pick up one of the yellow ones. We've got to implement this into the story.
They meet a new character called Alan.
They meet a new character called Alan. Right, okay. Right. So who could this Alan be?
I think Alan is like a worker for his dad.
Yeah,
and he's like, and he's coming in and he's like, you're fucking the plan up. He wasn't meant to be doing this well.
Right, okay. So he's someone who his dad sent in order to sort of keep tabs on what he's doing. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, that's the check-in for his dad, He's reporting back to his dad.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. So Alan arrives at his flat.
Yeah, or is it? I was going to say in store, but I doubt he's there a lot. I doubt he's in store a lot.
Yeah, I think he's
pops in now and again, gets a coffee.
Yeah. What about? I like the idea of him being that aggressive that he actually has an in-store job, but says, "No, I'm going door to door." You know, like he's supposed to be based in the shop, but he's like, "I'll take the sales to them, thank you very much."
It's like no, we haven't got a license for doors. So he's like, "It's fucking Milton."
He swans into a Vodafone shop and sells a contract in his electric blue fleece.
Also using their computer.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
You want to go Bloods and Crips with this shit? I don't care, man.
Yeah.
This is my life now.
Yeah. I don't think. Sorry. You realise you're fucking speaking to with the biggest network in the country.
Yeah. I like the idea of him going into
Kevin Spacey.
That is such a like ballsy move, that going into other network shops and selling to their customers your products.
Yeah.
I like that.
So okay.
It's a real Suge Knight mover.
Yeah.
Right. So this guy's come to spy on him.
Alan.
What? Yeah, but is he trying to hinder him then? Because maybe his dad's trying to be like, you need to slow him down. He's doing really well here.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fuck off, Alan. He's like one of them. He's like one of them energy. Alan, I'm doing fine. What are you even here for, Alan?
Maybe Alan is his dad's like top salesman.
Yeah.
So he's bringing him some competition.
Yeah.
So he isn't the best. So it sort of teaches him, humbles him a little bit.
His dad is wanting to humble him so much.
Yeah, his dad hates him.
Alan, we're not selling fucking shower radios anymore. Bad.
Yeah.
I've just sold an S24 Ultra to a woman with fucking cataracts.
Yeah.
Do you think she needs them megapixels?
Yeah. Alan's like, if I can sell a shower radio, I can sell anything.
You're fucking dinosaurs, Alan.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
Punches him in the chest.
That is funny. Fucking hell. You're selling shower radios, bud.
You've got to give him another dynamic. You've got to give him something as a challenge to him. He's got to have a challenge at some point, hasn't he?
Yeah. But yeah,
Alan gives him the challenge. You know what I mean?
But maybe it's all that miss-sell thing. You know, the big miss-sell thing where you sell a phone that they can't afford.
Yeah.
There's like legal...
Okay, yeah. He's ramping that shit up and he's falsifying credit checks.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Right, okay.
Because he doesn't care and he just wants to be...
Yeah, because in every good film, there's a moment, isn't there, where they lose it all and then they come back. So
Well,
I think...
in his head, in Happy's head, he's thinking, I'm only here for like 6 months. I can just fuck shit up as much as I can and then I'm gone. But he's actually, obviously...
Trafford Centre this, Trafford Centre that. Watch.
I am the centre. Happy centre.
Right, okay. My original thought, I'll just throw it out there. My original thought with Alan was the guy that he moved in with. You know what I mean? And it's just an easy way of being like touching base with him at home and finding out what it's like to live with someone who is actually from Netherfield. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so you said he moved into an apartment. It's a nice apartment, but he's moved in with a chap. Or Alan was already living there. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to think.
That's the stipulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to live with Alan.
Yeah, maybe that is like part of the contract, which his dad has said, like, you have to live with the local, and it is Alan. So, yeah, let's take it from there. What are we thinking?
Okay, so I like that. I do like the idea of, obviously, he's asking, maybe the police have turned up or something, or the head office have rang and said, like, we've got a big problem here. There's like £1 million worth of contracts gone out that have been missold. So maybe he's asking Alan, like, I've never been in a situation where I've struggled before, like, how am I supposed to...
Does he frame Alan in some way?
Well, that's what I mean, yeah, but maybe he's like, what do I do, Alan? Because he would shit himself.
I think at this point now, Happy is, so he's got money again. I think he's running amok in Milton Keynes. I think he's bedding people's women. You know,
right, okay.
He's a fast living guy, and he's just blowing everyone out the water at this point. So now he's becoming notorious in Milton Keynes. He's mis-selling old women contracts.
Like Tommy Vassetti.
He's a real piece of shit, man. Happy's a real piece of shit. He's selling old women contracts he can't afford. He's sleeping with people's missus. He's going into Vodafone shops, kicking off
trashing them.
Trashing them and
ripping
shit.
the full of the wall.
And he's just quite unpleasant. So the people in Milton Keynes are starting to get like words passing about this guy. Like he's throwing his weight about.
Yeah, they don't like it. They're a bit like, we need to stop him.
Right, okay, so let's go about this
okay.
way. What about this then? This makes it, because I'm thinking more like Grand Theft Auto vibes now. You know what I mean? In Milton Keynes, in the sense that Alan is sort of like the local G, and he's like, who's this new guy in town who thinks he's like the dog's bollocks? Like, he needs taking down a peg, sort of thing. You know what I mean? And maybe there's an attack on Happy. You know what I mean? Is there like a gang rivalry or something? I'm just trying to think how we can...
Yeah, well, I think we're getting bogged down in the, like, there's so many different universes we could go with. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just think if he's in the shop and he's running amok, that's absolutely sweet. I think Alan works for his dad, personally, right? And I think there might be... Where it's finishing, I'm not entirely sure yet, but I think I want to see Happy in more scenarios. You know what I mean?
Well, we know that the ending is Milton Keynes will never be the same again. So how do we, like, if we're building towards that...
I had it in my head. He's upsetting people so much. Like the people at Milton Keynes, like we gotta fucking whack this guy. we gotta get rid of Happy.
Well, maybe it's that thing. Maybe he gets fired and he loses everything because all his money and all his wealth comes from this shop.
Right.
So maybe it's like head office have said this guy is causing us so much trouble. You've got to get rid of him. Yeah. And then you're like, I told you. Your character from earlier.
Yeah.
I told you so.
Told you he was trouble.
Yeah. But I think that's what. And then I think he loses everything. But because he's been such a knob to everybody, he's got nothing. Like, and that's his first challenge. Like, cause he's not really been challenged, has he? He's gone to this place for a challenge. And he's thrived. He's just got boom, easy street. Like.
He's absolutely. I think I may have fucked it a little bit.
No. I think that's like even funnier that he's gone there and done so well, and then he's lost it all. Like, that's the down point. So maybe he gets fired, and he's like, don't know what to do. I've got nobody. I've got nothing.
Does he start like if we're saying that he has to be there 6 months, and he's been say he's been fired now? I mean, it just is like a potential. Does he think, right, I need to? Maybe he either has to invent something or start selling shower radios. He has to try and get back in his dad's good books because he's at a low point. Do you know what I mean? Like, how does he?
He's got 3 months left.
Yeah.
He have basically washed hands with them and went, listen, we want nothing to do with you.
We want that.
Yeah.
He washed their hands like that involved.
Listen, we can't control you, man.
He's saying that. We can't control you.
You play by your own rules. You're smoking and shit.
They've sent Kevin Spacey down.
Looks like a fucking opium.
Kevin Bacon, that's what Kevin Spacey. That would be scary getting sent Kevin Spacey, wouldn't it?
Kevin Spacey and a salesman.
You're just too much for us, pal.
Yeah. You're trashing Vodafone still.
He's like, I just want to sell.
Yeah, but to the point where they went, okay, you've basically committed fraud, but because we got you in on a dodgy one, we can't really, we're just gonna have to sweep it all under the rug. So you fuck off, you go and live with Alan. Yeah. As you said, start again. You no longer work for it, but he's had 3 months, which is now meaningless to the story.
Yeah. But he's made so many enemies.
Everyone
hates him.
Now in Milton Keynes in this last 3 months,
he's tanked the economy. He's tanked the economy in Milton Keynes, right? So like house prices have fallen. Honestly.
Do you know when
Prices have fallen.
That's how bad it's got.
London's affordable.
Have you ever seen Clockwork Orange?
Yeah.
You know when Alex fucks everyone over in his life so much, the way like his friends are beating him up and his mum and dad were not to him. It's that situation. He's on Milton Keynes and he's getting like the tramps who he was spitting at are fucking beating him up and shit.
Yeah. That is funny.
Alan's went, I can't. I'm sick of the coke parties.
BBC News are onto it. They're like, hyperinflation today in Milton Keynes, £10 worth fuck all. Because he's driven everyone's credit to a level that's just it's like a credit. There's a credit bubble. You know what I mean? It's like the housing crisis. It's just gone.
But just like solely in Netherfield.
It's its own little bubble.
Pay will take it away doing a whole series on Netherfield.
The UK are thinking about extraditing Netherfield itself. Just like you're no longer part of the economy.
You're too expensive. It costs us too much money.
It's its own state now. It's its own independent state.
Do you think we should get a yellow to give us a bit of a
let's get a yellow in. Because obviously we are building towards Milton Keynes will never be the same again.
So first 3 months, he's done. The growth has been so rapid but so illegal.
Yeah, it's a bit like Wolf of Wall Street. Lose it all because they find out you've been doing something dodgy.
Yeah.
Okay, there's one here. They get handed a parcel they didn't order.
Right. Okay. Nail bomb.
And he's dead. That's the end. Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah.
You sold my nan a Lenovo laptop, you fucking scumbag.
Maybe he gets a parcel and he opens it and it's a shower radio and it's his dad saying, "You need to start like I started."
But he has to tune it first. Trying to find the frequency.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. That's it. The message is in there like, I started with nothing. You've got nothing. Here's your opportunity.
No, but his dad invented the shower radio. Benny didn't just knock on the door and go, do that. And they went and they fucking bit his hands off for the shower radio.
But maybe it's something that you've got to sell. Like it gives him you've got to start from nothing. You've got to be honest. You've got to make an honest sale.
What do you think, Tom?
I think he gets a parcel. I think his dad has heard from Alan, who's been feeding him these stories, and he's like, your son's like a Joffrey character, man. Your son is so out of control.
With a crossbow.
Yeah. He's honestly better off with the money. He's such a vindictive and evil fuck.
Yeah. He spent less when he was with you.
Yeah. Please just let him have his yacht parties and Bali and stuff like that.
That he's called Happy.
Causes so much unhappiness.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I like that. I like the way he's called Happy, but he's such a shitbag. So maybe he gets the parcel and it's dad and he's went, just send him his credit card back.
But that's what Alan's saying to his dad. So Alan's saying to his dad, look, it'd actually do less damage if you actually give him the inheritance and the money.
People are eating the kids. Right? Like,
Milton Keynes is now like a fucking bomb site. Yeah.
oh, mate, yeah. Apocalyptic. You know what I mean?
It's
They've
like
stopped the underground going there. They closed it now ends earlier up the line.
it's not like
Doesn't have an
it's
underground,
not like
but
the
it's
favelas in Rio de
Is
Janeiro.
that it?
It don't have an underground.
Overground,
It has-
I know.
it just has a railway.
It's just kids like
You're
in
not
City
northern
of
either.
God,
Yeah.
and they're just walking around with Uzis, but like phones as well. You know what I mean? They've all got like the brand new like iPhone 15.
Yeah, the roofs are replaced by like
Right.
the metal sheeting on the houses.
So where we're ending here is obviously Milton Keynes is at a point where this part of Milton Keynes is almost like District 9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
Okay. Yeah, that's wild. Right. Okay.
This is went crazy. Yeah.
So Milton Keynes will never be the same again is where we're going to, but I feel like we need to have this like final little bit with the character. So obviously we've seen that Alan has tried to contact his dad saying he'd be better off with the money, but I feel like his dad is that stubborn that he's like, no, like as much terror as
Why don't we have the axe out then?
well, yeah, let's have it.
All right.
Go on, you're the dad.
So you're a fight then.
Yeah.
All right. Let's have it then.
Improv's all about yeses, isn't it? So it's
Right.
Maybe does his dad come to Milton Keynes to have the conversation?
Maybe.
Yeah. Probably comes to your flat.
yeah. Just as evidence about we're 3 months in, you come. Okay.
Maybe he makes Happy. He goes, Happy, you've got to fix this.
Well, let's see what he says.
Yeah.
Happy.
Papa.
I'll tell you what, son. Last 3 months have been a whirlwind. Absolute whirlwind.
They weren't too fucking bad for me.
There's kids running around there with handsets, tablets, pods.
They're lawless, Dad. They're not real people. They were gonna that way probably anyway.
None of them charge though.
Yeah, you've
They're all dead.
you've caused an absolute mock, and you've done what I've needed you to do, but you've gone about it in a way that I wouldn't have done.
Well, maybe if you spent more time with me, Dad. I wouldn't make Milton Keynes like Bay fucking route. I don't know.
I think the problem here is, Happy, that, we're, as a father and son, our relationship, we're on different wavelengths, right? And I'm a self-made man, right? I made the fucking shower radio. Okay? Do you understand that?
An electrical device that works in water.
Yeah. People can wash.
Undisputed, groundbreaking.
Yeah. They can wash
Groundbreaking.
and also listen to music, right? You have caused economic crash, distress.
You're telling him what he already knows here.
Yeah. And what I'm saying is, you've got to either rectify this, right, or you don't come home.
How do you suppose I rectify this? The damage is done. Let's face it. These people are knackered.
Dad, have a glass of rosé. Shut the fuck up.
Dad, these people are knackered. And in all fairness, you've given me a great life. I spent, 14 years in a fucking boarding school, where I was mistreated. Everyone there was evil. It paid to be a horrible bastard, Dad. And this is what I am. This is who I am.
I can't pass the business on to you.
I was having a great fucking time. I was in Bali, coked off my head.
We've been
I was
to
out every
Binky.
night. I was fine. And you came up with this just because you watched fucking Happy Gilmore or Billy Baddison the other week, and you thought, oh, I'll do that to you. And you've sent me off, and this is your fault, Dad. See that?
All I'm saying is, Happy.
See them street urchins who've just mugged that woman. It's your fault.
On your hands.
Yeah.
No, I think it's good. I think we have to figure out how he solves it. I think that's a good challenge to sort of.
It's
end it.
kind of.
I think it's one of them, right? Because we're at the point now. We've probably got like a few minutes to sort of wrap it up. The damage is done at this point, isn't it? Like he has destroyed Milton Keynes.
Alan's tapped his dad on the shoulder and been like, "We've got to leave. It's not safe." That's how bad it is.
I want he goes, cup of tea before you go, Dad.
A cup of tea.
You know, isn't that what you working class men?
Yeah. And he goes
Come in,
finally.
Sean.
He goes finally. Like right, okay, you're learning. Like
Right.
this is
Put
kind.
the kettle on.
A cup of chai. Oh yes, kettle. I'll do all that. And then I think you know what I might be going with this.
Yeah. You put your dick in it.
And poison.
Yeah, I think a lithium battery. For a phone he puts
I
in there.
love the way he says that. He's like, yeah, I'm going to poison him and I'm going to dunk my nuts in his tea as well. Yeah, just with a psychological win, you know?
All you hear is, I should have done it when it was cold.
Just on the rib for you, Dad.
Right.
Little knife in your back before you go.
Okay, right. So he then goes away, and his dad's like, "We need to leave." Alan's like, "We need to leave." What Graham is he called?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he says, "Drink your tea first, Dad."
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. Yeah.
No, maybe he's like, "I'm really sorry, Dad. I think we should talk it through properly,
Yeah.
like men."
About the will. Am I still in it?
After your mother died, it was only going to go to you.
so serious.
So serious.
It's a self-made man. Right?
All self-made men are so serious.
Yeah.
I like the idea of him coming over and just going, like, what the dad's done right is he's come over to his son and he's gone, "Happy, you've ruined Milton Keynes."
It's destitute.
Yeah. After your mother died, you were the only one left.
Yeah.
Go on.
I need to see a side to you that is better than this, right? And at the moment, the will, all of it's going to be liquidized and it's going to go into charities.
It sounds like you're reliving your own memory.
Yeah, but as it stands, Dad, am I still in the will? As it stands, have you made that change yet,
Yeah,
Dad?
I made the change.
Oh. He was trying.
Yeah, I made the change.
He's trying to kill you.
He's trying to kill you so he
Yeah,
can
well,
take the will
maybe you
money.
could just kill me now.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have any. He wouldn't be in the will, would
Don't
he?
look at me like I'm actually trying to hit you, Harry. You're far too into this role.
I in my head, I've got it as like he's out of control at this point. You know what I mean? He's like the king of the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like a bit of a twisted ending. I was thinking of like, you know,
Go on.
okay, but that can be good too. He can poison his dad, assuming he's in the will because he knows his mum's dead.
And then his dad has left all the money to charities, and it's Milton
course.
Keynes.
Oh,
Right. Okay.
okay.
And it ends up being like Tokyo.
Yeah, that's great.
That's really
What-
advanced.
What was you thinking, Tom? Just say what you were thinking.
So
then.
yeah, that kind of thing of, so he's went, fuck, you know, my dad's not good at, you know, all this bollocks. I'm sick of his shit. Apparently now I've got to fix Milton Keynes. Impossible. It's gone. I can't undo the damage that I've already done. I've got to get rid of my dad, take his inheritance. I was never that close with him anyway, to be fair, but yeah, we never got on. As you said, we're on different wavelengths. So he does that. He poisons him, and his dad drops the ball. He's like, "No, you're a scumbag. I've left it to charities and shit."
He's left it to, and maybe then when his dad's dying, him and Alan start kissing.
What?
And he's left it all to Alan because that's his secret lover.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
There's like a twist at the end. Like, he's like, "Alan, I didn't know."
It's just give his dad the big reveal.
That was so left field.
It was, yeah.
When he did it
Do
from
you know
your
what?
dry acting.
I've been watching loads
Son,
of Inside Number 9 as
Yes,
well.
yes.
So I was like, I'm kind of feeling that one.
Right. Okay. So that's it then. So essentially, left all his money to the people of Milton Keynes. But we did say that Milton Keynes would never be the same again. So why is it they're never the same again?
Because it's been built up from. It was like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like Dubai.
Oh,
like,
right, okay.
Dubai.
He had that much money.
Yeah, like he's left that much money. Like it
Yeah.
just because like there was nothing in Dubai.
I think everyone's living in. I was gonna go. I mean, we can go that way. I was thinking the other way. I was thinking, you know, his dad leaves a charity, but he didn't know what he was gonna do to Milton Keynes. So Milton Keynes is left, as you say, in District 9. A lot of people are living in MK Don Stadium.
Right. Yeah.
And it is like a shanty town now.
Yeah.
It's a Wild West. That's what I like. I think we end with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit very depressing. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
I
like
love
a-
that ending.
It's almost like Blade Runner-y. That's what I've got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a happy ending. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's ironic that it's not a happy ending.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it's called.
So you get. You never
Not
got
a happy ending.
That just went. That was a bit of a bad one.
Time just. Yeah, Tom. Well done again.
Well done, mate. Yeah, that
Thank
was.
you.
It's all made up, baby.
I love this. I love just being on the spot and having to do act out.
Yeah, yeah.
And come up with like horrible characters. And I was saying that to Zoe because Zoe was like, because your first one was a guy, you're gonna make it a woman. And I was like, no, because you can be worse to a man. You know what I mean? In a story.
That's interesting.
So we have another little section now on this, Tom. So what we'd like you to do is we are 3 executives, right? So we invest in films, and what we want to do is pitch this film in like a minute to us. So what is it about? What's the storyline? So you're just sort of doing a quick recap, and yeah, trying to sell it to us.
So I have penned a screenplay.
Okay.
And it's about quite a nasty character called Happy Stevens, who is He's a shit. He's inherited all this money. He's a boarding school kid. Very, very looks down his nose at people, and he's given a scenario by his dad. If you're not going to inherit my money, you've got to spend however long in Milton Keynes, and you've just got to work it as an everyday, an everyday Joe in a paycheck and cracking on, and it's like almost like a Wolf of Wall Street-esque scenario, but in Milton Keynes.
Okay.
Right.
One of our sponsors is AE. Do you think that'll be a hindrance for the film?
He's been told he's got to live amongst the sheep.
Yeah,
but he's a wolf.
But yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Gold sheep.
I'm kind of thinking like Black Mirror vibes.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And we're quite into indie films at the minute. Will there be a happy ending in this film?
It's an A24 kind of film, so I'm not going to promise any endings. I'm thinking Baddison for Happy Go Lucky.
Imagine saying that to the execs who are about to give you millions of pounds. I'm not going to promise an ending.
Not a happy one. Not a happy one. It's like a Alex Garland type of script. Very real.
Would it be okay if we set the majority of this film in Milton Keynes? Would that be okay?
I think that'd be perfect, actually. Yeah.
Why,
exactly the town I was thinking of.
Oh, right, well, that's
yeah.
brilliant.
And there's a particular estate we want to set it on. What's it called?
Netherfield.
Yeah,
Netherfield.
Would Netherfield work?
Netherfield. I've heard pray tell of Netherfield estate. Yeah. We can do it there. I mean, I'm happy to work with yous.
And what sort of budget are you thinking for this film?
Towards the end of the film, we're gonna need a lot of CGI for Milton Keynes. I'll be honest with you. Just trust me. Just trust the dialogue.
Trust the dialogue. Yeah. The studio's just a giant green screen.
I know in my head, Happy would have the best fucking dialogue. I just know he would. He's tearing people down and shit.
Dialogue, don't you? Harry loves dialogue.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Do you reckon you've got one in you or not?
I don't think I've got it in it for this. This is difficult. I try and do this thing called it's like The Voice at the end, right? Where I try and put together a trailer.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, right.
Quick sum up. Go on. You can try it. Go on.
So we've got Happy Stevenson.
Happy Stevens.
Happy Stevens, right. Okay. Billionaire boy, Happy Stevens, son of Graham Stevens, creator of the shower radio. While you wash, you can sing. Happy has lived a life of privilege, unknown of what exists outside of his mansion. His father sees his son's detachment from reality and casts him out into the world, saying you must do 6 months in the town of Milton Keynes, living on a council estate called Netherfield. To set you up, son, I've given you a job interview with EE. He steps into the EE shop and is greeted by a regional manager training to be a regional manager. Within the job interview, it's quickly found out the trainee regional manager is shit, and Happy takes his role. This leech steps into the position and slowly sucks the bedrock of financial freedom that the people of Milton Keynes enjoy away from them, signing them up to tablets, watches, any type of electronical device with a contract that's fucking impregnable. Within 3 months, the housing market in Milton Keynes has crashed. Finances it's a battlefield. And
Go on, keep going.
His dad, from a distance, wants to know how his son's progression is going on, sending his head salesman, Alan. Alan arrives to see the dismay of Milton Keynes and wonders his son would actually be better with money. He's less dangerous.
Milton Keynes.
Yeah,
He's less dangerous.
his father.
Give him his money back.
His father arrives at his 1-bedroom apartment in Netherfield to tell his son that he is in fact let him down even more than he could imagine. Happy.
It's so funny.
You've let me down more than I can imagine. Imagine your dad saying that to you.
The arc of the story it's just like there's no redemption whatsoever.
It keeps going.
Keep going.
It's a Caligula story.
Yeah.
Sitting across from his son, his dry tone of disappointment fills the room. Happy, trying to break the tension, offers his father a cup of tea, knowing full well that he's poisoned the brew.
The lithium battery.
with a lithium battery and blended SIM cards. As Graham sips the brew, he realises it's been tampered.
As he swallows a SIM card.
Yeah. Looking into the eyes of Alan. Was it his lover?
I don't know.
Yeah. Looking into the eyes of Alan. Happy sits a throne on the top of an apocalyptic scene that Milton Keynes has now become. A story without an ending. A story without any happiness. A story where Milton Keynes will never be the same again.
That's brilliant. Yes. When you sum it back up like that, there's like so many things going off in my head going, oh, we could do this, we could do that. Because I think it is a very funny, like, interesting story. Like sending off someone to learn a lesson. Sending someone off to learn a lesson, but they never learn it and just make it horrendous. So good.
The fact he was such a cutthroat bastard. He just decimated everyone around him, and he was. Just...
It'd be one of them films that if you watched it at the end, you'd feel like numb. You know what I mean? Like you get like.
I think I kind of maybe I planted it in my head by saying Saltburn.
As
soon as I said Saltburn, I was like, oh, he's a little weirdo. This guy. He's a little creep. This fella.
Imagine we find out that Netherfield's a quite nice place, and Milton Keynes now we'll get people messages going. That's quite nice here.
What was the Gordon Gekko line you said?
Credit is good.
That's got to be a quote.
Yeah.
Credit is good.
Credit is good. Yeah. Right, let's wrap it up then. Go on, Harry.
Enjoyed that, mate. Thank you very much for coming back on.
Lads, I love it. It's so funny to do.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it again.
Please.
People need to check out your podcast, and even if they don't, check out the fucking clip of you talking about snogging a poster. It's hilarious.
Thank you. Cheers. Yeah. Good Time podcast.
Is it at A Good Time?
It's at podcast Good Time.
Right.
I'm at Tom Keegan Comedy on Instagram. So yeah, if you thought that was daft, if you enjoyed that, you'll probably enjoy my podcast.
Oh yeah, for sure.
100%. Thank you very much for watching, listening. We'll be at the Fringe. Ticket links in the bio of our link tree. Check it out, please. If you know someone that's going, just point them in our direction. But yeah, thank you very much. This has been All Made Up with Tom Keegan.
Thanks for having me, lads.
It's all made up again.